Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
Today on Claim Your Excellent Life, we are going to be speaking about this issue that I see so often on social media. I personally would love to puke. Seriously, people, this is the issue of oversharing what is going on in your life. And I don't necessarily mean your personal life. If you're doing fun things or have some challenges and things of this nature, this is what life is about. What I am talking about is specifically those people who go on social media and they sit there and they complain endlessly about their diagnosed mental health issues endlessly. And the really sad thing about this is that in so many cases, these people probably not only have they not been diagnosed with any serious issue, they don't even know what these conditions actually are because they're not trained to know these things. And to tell you the honest truth, there's many times when the clinical people get this stuff mixed up too because there's so much overlap between different diagnoses. For example, what's the difference between someone with borderline personality disorder and manic depression? They both have this thing called mood dysregulation. They both have impulsive behaviors, and they can both do things in terms of suicidality, amongst other things. But there's these very differing things between the two diagnoses, which is called a differential diagnosis in the field. So someone with borderline personality disorder is going to have what we call labial mood dysregulation, meaning that their mood can change from being happy and pleasant 1 second, and the next second they will be throwing crap at you and yelling and screaming in your face, and you have no idea what triggered them. Manic depression, a rapid cycler, which means someone who goes up and down in their moods, 3 weeks. Usually they're up and down for months at a time. Another thing is that borderline personality disorder people do this thing called splitting. So they'll glom onto a person, be their best friend, make this person crazy with just being around them all the time, and then that person will say one thing that upsets them, and all of a sudden they'll be talking crap about that person behind their back as they're glomming onto somebody else. Splitting behavior. There's other things to differentiate them, but these two diagnoses can and do get mixed up a lot. In one of the programs I worked at many moons ago, this is like back in the early 90s, we had a woman who was in there who was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but she had dissociative personality disorder, multiple personalities. We saw the two different personalities she had clear as day. We were with her every day. There's other things that can get mixed up, like manic depression with psychotic features and schizophrenia as well. It goes on and on and on and on. And then you have these people who go on endlessly about their post-traumatic stress syndrome with all these fancy phrases before and after. Post-traumatic stress is post-traumatic stress, okay? You don't need to have fancy things. It means that you had a trauma and there's something that triggers you every time something similar to that thing happens. This is it, you know? You don't need to make this all fancy and overly done, frankly. The main thing that I want to put out to you on this particular podcast is that your psychiatric diagnosis, first of all, needs to be diagnosed by somebody who's licensed to do it. And secondly, if you need to get help, find yourself competent help to deal with it. Do not expect the rest of the world to walk on eggshells around you because you have these issues. Because it is nobody's obligation to do that for you at all, ever. And if you actually want to be honest about it, a lot of times when people come out with their mental health diagnoses, it's used against them. They'll be told by people around them that they're being manic or they're being depressed or they need to take a pill or other wonderful things of this nature. And frankly, unless and until you hire someone to take care of this stuff for you who's licensed to do so, or someone who you feel has the ability to actually help you with this stuff, I'm not a licensed practitioner, don't pretend to be one, didn't want to be one, but I do help people with these types of affairs. By all means, employ them and then do those things that person's telling you to do so that you can interact with people in a normal, natural manner as best as you can. Because it is doable for most people who have psychiatric issues like depression, anxiety, manic depression, these things. It is doable. People with personality disorders are going to have a more difficult time of it because they aren't really healable in the same way, sadly, but they can learn how to better interact with people if they so choose. So keep this stuff to yourself, keep it off your Facebook pages, keep it off your whatevers, unless, and this is my only exception to the rule, unless you can use it because you've overcome yours to help other people find hope in overcoming their issues. And you might have some tools and techniques that they can use or some information that will be useful for them moving forward. In that case, it's fine. But to go on endlessly complaining about what's wrong with you and bringing you up over and over again, no one cares. Why should they? People have enough on their own minds to contend within their own lives. And it is really up to you to deal with your own issues as best as you can with the help that's available to you. And I can tell you this, most communities do have pretty inexpensive mental health places that you can go to get help. It's out there. So, do yourself a favor, keep private things private, share the things that are shareable, and just, if you have these issues, there's going to be a few people in your world that you're close to who love and respect you regardless, and those are the people you share this stuff with. And other than that, keep it to yourself. Just do yourself that favor. Trust me, it will make your life so much easier in the end. Seriously speaking, this is so very true. Okay, as always, I thank you for spending your time with me. Till next time. If you have enjoyed Claim Your Excellent Life, we'd really appreciate it if you go over to iTunes and give it a 5-star review. If you have found Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful to you, and maybe even life-altering with the information that we have shared here, and to allow us to continue this work, which we really do enjoy doing for you, you can sponsor us at patreon.com. That's spelled P as in Paul, ATREON as in Nancy.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, REON as in Nancy.com, where there's a few different levels of sponsorship that you can choose from to help us to continue doing this work. We thank you for any assistance that you are able to give us.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.